Right then, hello, I'm going to do a video about the BXT road bicycle frame. Now these things are, well, things, it's a frame that is made in China. All frames are made in China. All carbon bicycle frames, that's under review by the way, are made in China. Right, so frame in question, BXT something other, God knows what it's called a BXT frame. Wow. China frames, China carbon frames, for some reason, have a bad reputation. Don't know why they have a bad reputation, considering the fact all cycling frames are made in China, bar a few, I imagine. But it's the capital of the world. China and Taiwan, I think it is as well. It's in Taiwan, but this is a Chinese frame. Get over it. The fact is, China has and Taiwan as well. Taiwan's more. I think it's the bigger thing in bigger, more manufacturing planting, well, manufacturing processing. Taiwan than China, but either way, this is supposedly, I think it's BXT's for China, but either way, whatever, it's in that part of the world, even though there's probably 1,000 miles between both places. But either way, BXT frame. Right, so BXT frame. Show you this. Show my bicycle here. And let's go a bit further out here. Right. Get out to the light. So here we are. All from the front. The front shapes of the tube. Just have a look at this here. You're ready to go into each other. You can just look at these frames, the way they get these things to mould in. Let's just go down. A bit difficult here when you're filming off the front camera. Just go in a bit more. Get a lot of front area there. There we go. Oh, that's a lovely crank. A bit dirty, it needs a bit of a clean, but I'm not bothered. The fact is, we're just having a little bit of a conversation about this. Let's go here, right. So we've got we change day across here. Something I'll come to here in a bit. Anyway, up here, up the seat stay. That, by the way, is a little bit of a slight chip. And there was a guy on the internet for X-Pro called Phil Guyman, said put a sticker over it. So I'm putting a sticker over my little chip. It's Friday, but don't have chips. Make you fat. Anyway, up here, lights and all that kind of stuff on the back. Doesn't matter about that. Seat post. It's not a seat post. It's the design which has got like a slightly swept back, not rather than a straight up. This has been real nice for me. I do like this. Takes my weight, and I'm 90k, so you know what I mean. Anyway, so top tube across here, right? There you go. And go right forward to the front next. Let's go back. So this is the frame there as well. You're going to get this the other way around compared to what it should be, but this is the right side. That's the left side over there. So, my Chinese frames. BXT. God knows what it stands for, but it's called BXT frame. Got it for $299, I think it was. And I think I paid 375. I think I had to pay 75 import on it because it was a pretty big box, and COVID was just kicking off then, and I think they were, well, I don't know if they had anything to do with it, but either way, doesn't really matter. The elastic band I've got there, by the way, so you go this way, is just to hold the little light on. Yeah, it's got different flashing modes, doesn't matter. Anyway, 10 quid, no problem at all. AliExpress sorts it. Anyway, so BXT been really good for me, is really good for me. A bit short on the top tube for myself, hence the ultra long stem. That's 180, I think it is. I think it's something like that. It's either, I think it's a 170 actually. But anyway, it's alright. Like most of the time I'm going to straight line, it doesn't bother me. So yeah. BXT frame, Chinese. The fork, by the way, says EC90 on it. That is like an aero fork. It's got a little bit of a, you know, that most forks like bow out here now. This side, let's get this right side. Yeah, most modern kind of, I'll say modern, more of the new ones will bow out because that's supposed to be better. But this is being designed so it's narrow on the top here. Get it around again, narrow on the top and then flared up there. When I first put that on, I did notice I did notice a difference. I really did. The standard one is pretty beefy, which is good, you know what I mean? Now this frame, when I first got on this frame, come from a Steel Custom, which was good as well. Right, when I first got on this frame, and I was going up a false flat hill. Most cyclists know what a false flat is. It's not a hill, it's not a total flat road. It's a very slight gradient. I'll say about 2-3%, if that. And it's got a it'll slightly drag for yourself. Anyway, so when I first noticed that, when I first got on it, and I went over a false flat, I was going for it, well, you know, putting the power on a bit, and I did notice the frame compared to a steel just does not have any lag whatsoever. You know, these carbon frames now, the commoners, the sky and the blue sky in the world, and everyone's got them and all that kind of stuff. But carbon frames are just unbelievable. They just go. Like, I know that reviewers obsess over the varying riding styles of these things, but to me, this is the first carbon frame I've had, and God knows what will happen in the future. But either way, this is the first carbon frame I've ever had, and what is a big deal to me is that when you put the power on, you go pretty, that's it. One thing I like is that if you're having a bit of a hard time going uphill, and I know I was going uphill once, and I was thinking to myself, at least I know that this frame will just go. It kind of just wants to go. It's quite interesting, you know, the way compared to your physical ability and everything, it just goes like it. You still get flex in the bottom bracket. You'll always get that with any frame. Like, I don't know, all carbon layups, different modulus, and I think the words are, and how they're effectively more brittle. The more brittle it is, the stiffer it is, but the more easy it is and likeable, and the chances of it to crack. So, but yeah, this is not major beefy tubes. I know there is carbon frames which are more different manufacturers. I'm not going to name any, but they're all out there. One in particular is American one, rode by a real famous American cyclist who won a lot of Tour de France, but a lot of people find that contentious as well. So, but either way, these frames are just brilliant. BXT frame, you know, these Chinese frames, cheap Chinese frames get a bad name, but for me, I got the BXT frame in regards to the fact of that manufacturer, because it's an original Chinese make, so therefore I thought to myself, well, if it's a Chinese brand, they're going to take a bit more pride, this is my opinion, that something made for a Western company, if you want to put it that way, for a company that's predominantly based in Europe or America. So therefore, and the price was really good. With this also, you get the seat post, you get this here that attaches your derailleur, right? You got the back, the back thing, the back drop out. You get the headset stuff. You get a fork, obviously. You get a seat post, obviously. So you put everything there, around about everything there. Handbar, seat post, handbar, cranks, wheels, brakes, etc. On yourself. You know, I know a bit about biking, cycling now, so it was not a problem for me to do that. What else? So yeah, it's been alright. It is alright. I've gone from no speed to 50, I think it is. I'm at 40, 50 on this, and I've got belief in it. You know, initially before I ever got a carbon frame, I used to be, but I just, even though I'd invested in a custom steel, and I loved that custom steel frame, but I wanted something light and just something light. But let's go back a bit to that basically road. Sorry, just continue that bit. But anyway, this, right. Now, the reason I've got this tape on here is basically what it is that if I was to take the wheel out there, the dropout effectively has widened out. God knows why, but it has. It's not a major ailment. Now, this affects. Let's see if I can look at this. This affects. Get that camera through here. How the wheel spaces over, dishes across. Right, let me just get the camera back. So it's either on the change day. It's how close it is to either side of the. I don't know if that's getting the stuff there. What you need to be looking towards, and so it's kind of in the middle now, sort of thing. Whereas before, when it's like widened out, I think the dropout might be off slightly, but it's not a major thing really. The biggest deal is it's been fine. I'm not worried about it really. What I've actually got taped on there, I'll tell you what I've actually got taped on there, is like a bit of a shim. I did glue it, I used to glue it, but now I just tape it because sometimes they do come off with when I take wheel out and all that. So yeah, other than that, it's fine. There's been no problems with it. I like it, I really love it. There's no problems whatsoever, and you know, other than fitment to the bike, it's fine. I would recommend them wholeheartedly. There was a post on on a big cycling network. You'll know what that is. And what basically happened is that I put in that I had a BXT frame, and someone said I was going to be getting one. What would you like, etc. And I said, yeah, not a problem. You know, there really isn't any problems whatsoever with these, and you shouldn't have any difficulties with them. So I don't know. There is a bit of a scratch. There's a bit of a scratch there, but what happened is that here the C-clamp, what I got with it, I think it was screwed into it. See if we can get this. Let's have a look at this. This right, the screw here went into. This is aluminium. Literally screwed into the aluminium. Whereas I bought a replacement one, and that also screwed into aluminium, and that also rounded off. So what I did, did your bike sound fall apart? What I did was, this silver bit there is like a separate, I think it's steel anyway, but I'm hoping it is. So the steel bolt will screw into the steel bolt in the aluminium thing, a couple of quid on Amazon. sorted out. 34.9 is just an interesting. But that was something I've done as well. Anyway, so that's my little review of a BXT frame. Handles okay, climbs nice, lovely and instant when you want to go. Those little rises, like I said, hills are just regular. You can take my weight, 90k. I think you can take me enough anybody's weight in all honesty. It's just starting to rain, so you can probably hear the rain. But yeah, that's my review on the BXT carbon road frame, which cost me 300 quid, and I think they've got the same. I think newer models, you can get a different model which has got a hanger on the derail here already pinned onto it, so you don't have to have the put the thing on yourself. Anyway, I hope that's of information, of being informative to somebody, which I hope it does, and someone else might grab all the one because they are nice. Anyway, see you around. Bye.